As you can see, you can still see texture on my skin. You can still see that I have a little bit of discoloration, and this is just what makes this makeup look really nice, is because it still looks like your skin. It doesn't look like you've taken away from that. So you want to start off with the serum on your skin to make sure that you're hydrating your skin. I feel like with this hot weather, hydration is so important. So even if you're not putting on foundation, it's important to still keep your skin hydrated. So I'm using the Verse Clarifying Serum. So with this serum, I just apply it. I apply like 3 drops of this serum. This serum is fast absorbing, so it's not sticky, it's not tacky, but it's really, really hydrating. Then after, you want to put on an SPF. So I'm using a moisturizer with an SPF of 50. This is the LANEIGE Hydro UV Defense. Now, sunscreen is so important. You really should be wearing sunscreen all throughout the year, not just during the summer. But because we're going with no foundation, I'm gonna put sunscreen before the makeup. Usually I would spray my sunscreen on my skin after the makeup, but this sunscreen is really good. It leaves no white cast on your skin, and it's really moisturizing. And I use a small amount because the more you use, the more that white cast starts building up. All right, so next you want to apply a primer. I'm using the NYX Hydra Touch Primer. I know why we're applying a primer. So the reason why you want to apply a primer is because you're still going in with other products such as like blush and concealer, highlighter, whatever you're applying on your skin. So you definitely want to put a primer on to protect your skin from absorbing those products, especially if you're using cream products. And I like to focus the primer mainly under my eye because that's where place like concealer, and on my cheeks area. Everywhere else doesn't really matter. You can choose not to place it there, but I like to just focus it mainly on those areas. So for concealer, I don't like using a full coverage concealer because if you're gonna use a full coverage concealer, you might as well just apply foundation on. So I'm gonna use the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. This concealer is a very light coverage concealer, and it's just really gonna do the job that you needed to do, which is just conceal. So we're concealing under our eyes where we have discoloration. You can conceal on other areas in your skin that you feel like have that darkness. And then I'm gonna place a little bit on my chin, not too much because around that area we don't have any foundation, and then just a little bit on the forehead because we do have that light reflecting around there, and then down the bridge of the nose. Now this is going to allow you to use the least amount of concealer. All right, so I'm gonna take a brush and blend out the concealer. So I like to use a brush because we need that coverage of the concealer under our eyes. We don't want to take it away, and if we use a sponge, it's going to absorb a lot of product. So you just want to take a brush and just lightly blend it out on your skin. And if you're somebody who's just not interested in foundation, this right here is going to cover up what you need it to cover up. And when you're blending it out, you just want to tap on that product. You don't want to swipe it around because it's going to create streaks. So it's best to just kind of like tap on it to blend it out. And then you want to use a damp sponge and just go over all those harsh lines, making sure that you don't really see any on your skin. And this will just help to make it look natural. And it's also going to help absorb excess product. And then take whatever's left and just structure your jawline. All right, so now it's time to add a little bit of glow onto the skin before we move on to like powder products. So I'm gonna use a LUMINIZING wand. So I'm using this one by Beauty Pie, and I'm placing this on the highest points of my cheekbones. This is going to give my skin a little bit of that natural highlighted look, and it's super pretty and it looks so good on bare skin. So now it's time to set everything. So anytime you apply cream products on your skin, you should always set it with some type of powder, because cream products don't just stay on our skin and then stay put all day. They tend to move around a lot. So you want to set it with powder so that it stays in place. And so I'm going to use a pressed powder. So I'm using this one by NYX Cosmetics, and I'm going to use this to set my concealer. So the reason why I chose to use this powder instead of a setting powder is because this one is very light coverage and it's very natural on the skin. It gives your skin a skin-like finish. So if you're going for a very natural look, you want to use a Veil mattifying powder that is light coverage because it gives you more of a skin-like finish than a setting powder would. So after setting the concealer, I like to go around my mouth area to set it with the powder as well, but I like using a fluffy brush. Because we're going for a no foundation makeup look, you don't want to add so many layers of products because at that point you might as well just put on foundation. So I'm gonna use a fluffy brush, and I like to just swirl this around my mouth area just to make sure that it doesn't get oily throughout the day. The reason why you want to use a fluffy brush instead of a dense brush is because dense brushes pack on more powdered products on the skin. I don't want to have too many products on my skin. I want my skin to feel natural and free. Now, as you guys can see, my skin looks super skin-like. I didn't apply any foundation on, just concealer and powder. And literally, my skin looks like it's contoured. You can see that highlight. It looks super natural and it's really easy. All right, so now it's time to do the eyes. So we're going for something simple, of course. And I'm gonna be using the Milani Weekend Brow in the shade Espresso. So I'm just gonna do it the same way that I always do my eyebrows. While I do my eyebrows, today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. Big thank you to them for sponsoring your girl. You guys have already heard about Skillshare. I've been working with them for months. And if you're new here, Skillshare is an ad-free online platform where you can get to learn new things. They offer so many different topics, from photography to lifestyle, things like creating content, and also like language, which I've been trying to take Spanish. I've been trying to learn a little bit of Spanish. One thing I've been really interested in is self-care. I've been taking a class called The Ultimate Self-Care Playbook by Jonathan Van Ness, and it's very relaxing and it really helps you recenter after a really hectic week. And they always offer new premium courses each week, so there's always something new to learn. So I would definitely recommend checking them out. The first 1,000 people to click the link in the description box and use my code LJ will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. A big thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. All right, so we're not gonna do anything for the eyes specifically. I'm just gonna use that highlighter, place it on the inner corner of my eye. And I love doing this. I've been doing this all summer just because it's so easy and it just gives you a really nice highlighted eye look. So I'm gonna take a brush and I'm just gonna spread that around. You definitely want to do this to make sure that it doesn't dry out on you, because once it dries, it stays put. And then next, I'm gonna use the Essence Lash Princess. So this mascara is my favorite mascara and I would highly recommend you guys trying this out. It's so cheap and so affordable, and it's perfect for natural makeup looks, especially if you don't want those long lash extensions. It's perfect for that. All right, so to finish off the face, I'm gonna use the Black Radiance Baked Blush in the shade Warm Berry. And so this is a really rich and pigmented blush, so I like to apply a very small amount. So for blush, I like to focus below this highlighter that we place right there. This is going to give your skin a little bit of color. And I love blush because I feel like it ties in your makeup look really well. And then you can take a little bit of that blush and I like to place it on my forehead, and this is also gonna add a little bit of color. I did not use bronzer just because I feel like it would be too much powder on the skin. You want to kind of give that natural sun-kissed look, and I feel like blush can do that for you. So I'm pretty much taking whatever's left on the brush. I'm not adding any more. All right, so for the lips, I'm gonna use the Revlon Glass Shine lipstick in the shade Glazed Mauve. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also check out my next videos over here. But other than that, I'll see you guys in my next video.
KLJ, welcome to a channel where it's poppin'.